It's another episode of the Catch Up DBN. Lo sisi engumphethe namhlanje needs no introduction. One of the dopest in the city, been putting in work for years, and ngiyajabula ukuthi ukhona lana. Kuhamba kanjani ne?
Kuhamba kahle. Askisu angishis, ngoba mespeak isiphithiphithi. Isiphithiphithi, angiphethe neskim isiphithiphithi. Angiphathi mebeja isiphithiphithi.
Siyabonga ngoba nje usifile uzosivakashela siyabonga, but I don't think kuneqiniso mesingasho ukuthi sayiphinda le episode. Sayiphinda le episode.
Episode iyaphindwa.
Ngobani?
Ngoba uMX ene akacheckanga ukuthi kwenzakala ngeli.
Hey, let's focus being
Oh, you focus being yeah, usithe wengeke. Yeah. Kahle usifaka iphendulele naye. But yeah, we here again.
And sajabula ukuthi ukhona. Yeah, no, we appreciate you, and I think we're going to talk about a little about ukuthi your journey in the music industry.
Yeah.
Ubani, udume ngani, and what you got cooking. Mina ngazi, I know ukuthi usiphetheleni, but what you got coming up with your music stuff. But for anyone uphila phansi kweche, ukuthi udume ngani, uphumaphi, and uba.
Okay, abantu abaphila phansi kweche kodwa nabo ke.
I am Hlanga Rocks.
No, I am Hlanga Rocks. I am Salt Rock. No. Okay, no, but yeah, born Nelisiwe Kaba. I was born on the North Coast. I moved to the South Coast when I was 2. Grew up with my grandmother, South Coast in Mfume. So yeah, that's where I grew up, and I fell in love with music. In varsity. And unelilo mutuge, formerly known as Nelz on the stage. So yeah, NelzAfrica was as of late. So I had to change that shit, PR stuff. But yeah, NelzAfrica now. So yeah, I fell in love with hip hop. I think it was 2011. Yeah, I used to write poetry before that. And then ngangishaya inkondlo, but inkondlo it's inkondlo ziyasinda bra. Inkondlo ziyasinda because I could never perform or recite my poems because it was just always too quiet and stuff like that. So in varsity when I met up with producers, then I recited a poem on a beat, and then I haven't looked back ever since.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically Nelz, rapper, raps and melodies. Yeah.
So before we really go into
Yeah.
a bit about your background and exactly who you are and your musical journey. So last week was very exciting for you.
Yeah.
Last weekend you were part of an amazing show, MT and Friends.
Yeah.
You shared the stage with amazing artists. I mean, some of the females that were there were Nomoozlie, Nadia Nakia. We also had one of my favorite vocalists, Simlindo, the vocalist, who was also there. So tell us a little bit about that experience.
It was cool. It's always nice meeting up with the guys that side. It's always fun meeting up with Nomoozlie and Nadia and them. And the event was a success. It was MT's first event.
But so it's on 6.
It's on 6. Zone 6. That venue is it comes alive, right? It's so dope. It comes alive because I think during the day they have Shisanyama type vibe outside, and then once the sun goes down, everyone comes back in, and then it's just wild. Everyone's just here to have a good time.
Yeah.
So my performance was pretty dope. And then after that, chilled and with the dudes. It was energy. It was a different vibe. And I've never been. It's been a while since I've been to an event where abantu make piano. They're like, hey. But funny hip hop, so it was great to see that. It was just family coming together and just embracing MT as well. The guy has done a lot. So he put us all together in that one venue, and it was dope. It was dope catching up.
So as someone who seems to be working quite closely to him, what are some of the misconceptions about UMT as a person?
I don't know, what are them? I haven't chilled that much with him.
Yeah.
But I feel like one of the misconceptions is that UMT acts how MT talks, he's really like that guy. He's no, MT's just doing it, for the camera or whatnot. Oh, he's high. Well, he's always high. That's the thing, he's always high. So I think, that. That's how he is. Like, that's, I guess.
But he seems like someone who also means business and understands how serious the industry is.
Of course. I mean, he wouldn't be where he is if he didn't. You know what I'm saying? And he wouldn't have been able to fill up that event, like that venue.
Yeah, it was.
And you can see everyone just has genuine love for him because he's such a good dude. Like,
Well, just talking on love, Mfunes Khulume about when being in the music. You used to the love and the hates coming up. Was that independent?
Of course.
Just talking on love and my heavyweights, Gle show, yourself included. Who in the industry like that you can say what's the woman they didn't even have to do it, but and they've been there for you?
I think it has to be Nomoozlie without a doubt. Yeah, Nomoozlie without a doubt. Because I think the first time I met her, it was during there was some KFC Soundbites campaign that we were doing. And we met up in Pretoria, and Namiga always I always fucked with her, like energy, like her style, like her don't give a fuck shit, So, so when she saw me perform, she showed me love. And then after that, I reached out to her, and then we had our first collab, which was 2018, I think. So it was Japanese Purse. That's the name of the song. But that was dope. So she always just showed me love, and every time I'm in Joburg as well, I'd hit her up because I came here for this and this. Like, what you doing? Like, you know what I mean? So pull up, So I feel like she was the first person. It was just genuinely about Tuguti helping. She's always been like that though. Like with most people that I know that know her, she's just for the culture. She's about growing. She's always saying good night. She plows back. So that's
Umuntu that you can say what's
Japanese Purse fits. You can't. I'd have to Google that verse, I swear. Because I don't know how many verses I've written since that was Japanese Purse. Yo. No. Yo, but that's bad.
It's not bad.
I feel bad.
Because no. Don't feel bad. Ngoba into engifuna ukuyisho ukuthi thina we actually know each other through studio. And you've always been lo muntu helping out with amahoki, balamaverse since I've known you, and that's over 10 years. So I think that's commendable, and it talks to a character yon ukuthi eksendela amaverse amaningi ngayo angisawazi manje.
Hey, good name. But I think that's dope that you say that, because I also regard myself as a song arranger. So many people, for example, the song I dropped, Maguten. So many people were like, why aren't you on the verse, or you're only on the hook and whatnot? It's your song. Some songs, guys, they just don't need too much, and it's always that thing. Everyone wants to be like, yabo, I had a verse on this thing. Sometimes you just need to let the music be music. That's why it was so hard to collaborate with some people, because I'm about to say, sometimes you just have to make music, and sometimes I just help out with the hook here and there. That's what's happening lately with Savage Streets, because there's a whole camp now. On Make 11 and the boys, and shout out Pete Dog, shout out to Make 11 because he set up that space. It's called Savage Street Records. So we pull up there, and it's a creative space, and sometimes I just literally go there and I just add melodies and I'm done. You know what I'm saying? It's not so much Gucci. Young Ingoma time. Sometimes just relax. Make music.
Is it your sack and Noma? Is it just more
it's sack? It's sack, but it's open to creatives.
Which video? I know this is random, but the video
the top.
The top.
Yeah. See, I never had a lot, but I gave it all I got. And I'm headed to the top. And you say, yeah. That's my first song, independent, actually. Yeah.
Nelz, there are two things that I really admire about you. The first thing being that you really took your education seriously, especially because there are a lot of artists who just. The way that they talk about education is as if it's not as important, especially if you're trying to pursue a career in the entertainment industry. So what made you want to complete your education?
I think education, okay, I think very, firstly because I'm a nerd, like I really believe this, that naturally, yeah, I'm a nerd. So I was an academic from high school. I feel like I love challenging my mind and how I think.
Yeah.
So the first, because when I went to varsity to study in mechanical engineering. So because obviously the marks allow, and and it pays well, engineering and all that shit. Yeah. But when with the first year in, and then I discovered music, it was just like, whoa, okay, what am I gonna do now? Like I still want to continue because I love challenging my brain and I like this nerdy stuff. Yeah. But at the same time, this is what I'm passionate about. So it was passion versus what I can't do. So for a while, I think even when I went to the hustle, I took a break. Yeah, because I was like, okay, let me just give this music thing a few years. And then, firstly, because I think that's what made me complete my first degree. Because, okay, then music happened, but then I was like, yes. Music happened and it was all good and games, but it was just like, I need to finish what I started, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So if you're a person, you have certain values and whatever. So also being the first grandkid, the oldest child, basically. So I feel like I had to set an example to just, finish your studies, bro. Okay. So I did that. And then I furthered my studies because of that thing, Yoguti. I just feel like if you are studying towards something, it doesn't have to be enrolling at a varsity. Yes. You can be opening YouTube, but I feel like you need to open up your brain always to just know what's happening, study towards something, dog. Feed your brain. That's what it is, basically, more than anything. Yeah.
So we have a lot of youth running to wanting a TikTok career, wanting to be the next best influencer on Instagram. How would you motivate the youth of today to just understand the importance of education outside of those other things they want to pursue?
I mean, it's all good. It's good. We're passionate about something. Yes. If you want to be a TikToker, but now educate yourself about the marketing side of it. It's how are you going to, educate yourself about what you're passionate about. Exactly. You know what I mean? So you can want to be okay, man, I'm funny with shoot man, but educate yourself about camera, educate yourself, feed yourself about the that's all that it is. You don't have to go study something that is so unrelated to what you want to do. Now you have the privilege to study what you want to do. Because back then I feel like the parents are also just yay. Engineer, but now, so now I feel like we have younger parents as well that just need to also talk to their kids and see what they're passionate about and then study towards that. I mean, I feel like if I had finessed music, if I had studied music, I'm studying it. I don't know, but I always just feel like, if you study something, okay, also, I'm two ways about this. Sorry, guys, I'm confusing you. I'm actually realizing it now that I'm actually two ways about it, because one side of me is if you study something that you're passionate about, obviously you get better at it, but also you might hate it because you're studying it. Yeah. Because now it's too academic, you know what I mean? So, anyway.
No, Ishandis, The Hustle was a rap reality TV show. Egno Stogie, or AKA corner holding it down, and you're not DK, it. Shout out DK.
And Genius Illusion from Durban.
Oh, snap. Wonder nobody big star. Nobody or represented.
But Ocean Eagle was there as well, season 1. Jimmy Wiz. Oh gosh,
So you went to that TV show.
But that time I was during the in-service training. So it's a story, bruh. So what happened was I entered I was there at the studio. So I was okay, this thing is happening, you must record a clip, Nyana. And then at that time I think it was 16 seconds. You clip Yago Instagram. So you had to like literally rap in 16 seconds and then hashtag Banbani at them. Yes. Oh, and then next thing, okay, they call and they're like, okay, Banbani, I'm from Ban Multi-Choice. Hey, oh. So can we fly you tomorrow to Joburg? I'm like, okay, yes. Without like hesitation, I'm like, yes. That time I'm starting my in-serve. That time Ekaya about Angaze Ngayeko Futi. First of all, like, so now I have to break it down to them. So like I go to my grandmother, I'm like, okay, so I had to now lay it back now. Okay, I have to start from the beginning. So, kono Instagram. Okay, hey, yo. Okay, kono take two Instagram. So, go Instagram, mama video kanje. Manje kono rap. Kusasa ngegol. Athi way angizwa yonke ngento eshayo. So now I had to call my aunts to try and convince her that, you know what, I need to go to Joburg, yeah, boy, so that I can do this music thing. So now she's like, hey, boy, you leaving, you just starting in service, I need to put you a whole lot at that time. So manje, and then my aunt said I had to convince her, no, you know, she's still young, she's going to do this thing when she comes back. Yeah. Eventually, she was like, okay, cool. So I was packing for two. Next day was my first flight, going to Joburg, it was nice. But the thing about that vibe is that everything was like literally shot in a week.
The whole thing?
Yeah, the whole thing. Like, a week and a bit. Because like each episode, you guys were seeing it weekly, but it was shot every day. So it was literally just fighting to stay the next day, you know. So yeah, it was
it almost had like a Big Brother vibe.
Yeah, it did. Survivor. My vase in one time, I think, but yeah, it taught me a lot because now, like, I think I can finish the song. Yeah, I can finish it. Yeah, top 7.
Top 7.
Yeah, so I'm a top 7. Dun, dun. Yeah, and I was holding it down for the ladies. I was the last lady standing there as well, but it was dope.
Sorry, you were saying Wuti taught you how to
write fast, because like now I can like literally do a song in an hour, like so more productive. And it taught me a lot about the music business as well. So, yeah.
So you seem to mention your grandmother a lot.
Yeah.
What role has she played in the type of woman that you are today?
Ish.
Shout out to his Chris.
Boom, boom, boom. Shout out to his Chris. She has played every role possible.
Yeah.
Because, we are non kulisile. And, her and my grandfather for a while. And then my grandfather passed away. So she was just holding it down. She's like... being the anchor, she told me a lot about just holding it down as a woman. And every time, like when you go to Iskriza with like a problem or whatever, or like thinking that you're facing, positive vibes only, and you so like she's just been that support system, I think, for all of us.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Yeah. What does she think about your career choice, especially being that you studied what you studied, and now this is where we are now? Yeah,
as long as like I'm happy, I think she's reached that level where she can see it's okay. No, get pilega. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it's Lisha, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So like as long as she can see it's urighty, now you're urighty, she's taken care of. It's all good. And then you do your thing. You know what I mean? But but also when she sees you on TV, you know what I'm saying? They send her messages as well saying I was simbonile gupupi. So it's just one of those things. No, simbonile gupi gupi.
Are there certain things you won't do on TV and social media because you know that Ukoko might see them?
Yeah.
That you would like to, but you like,
Yeah.
What are one of those things that you just like?
No, but then sometimes genzega. I've spun that one. I've used that. Yeah, with that top. So a man just said, send your payment. No, but then later on they found out. But I also believe in like just... because even the tattoos, like at some point my grandmother was like, mama tattoo. But obviously, like, acknowledge, and at some point you just need to like start your own journey as well. And and I feel like she also just believes in that. So now she advises to a certain extent, but she doesn't control. So okay. So khona zinye izinto nje like ibonakalayo manje ukuthi uyazenza, but now uzenza ngendlela yabo ehloniphekile. And as long as like ungasiyena nje usikhotheni mfethu, ungasiyona iphara, go right, kuyaphileka. You must just adapt to ukuthi umuntu yabo. Obviously now I'm not gonna light a joint up in front of her face, you know what I'm saying? But she knows I smoke, I think. Yeah, and my grandfather used to smoke, so we always just blame it on him. So I think I feel like there's just obviously parents like advise and they give you what they feel like is right, but you have to also start your own journey and believe in whatever you believe in eventually.
Ngoba ukhuluma ngicabanga ukuthi, and I'd love to hear from the perspective yakho ukuthi nje just being a female in the game, like yes, you've got features from heavy hitters and unestyle sakho nendlela izinto zenza ngayo, but just speak more to navigating a space that's dominated by males, so to speak, and when ukuthi usithola kanjani.
True, I think I was at that point now, me starting out, like, I'd feel like I need to prove myself, make feel I need to feel like, I must rap fast, ziggity jabbity jabbity jabbity, oh la la. And like, it got to a point where I was not really making music that I enjoy. I was just trying to prove myself. It's okay, I can rap, I can man. Because people will always say like, okay, you dope, but for a female, you know what I'm saying? So, but at the same time, that didn't change around me. But I think I just changed my perspective and my attitude as well. You know what? Like, let me make music that I like as well. Because what's the point? You know what I'm saying? So when I went independent, I think that's what gave me the freedom as well. Because also, if you're working with other people and they're funding certain things, they really have an influence in how you make music, which is sometimes can be frustrating because you're an artist, you want to be free, but obviously they want to sell, so they try and compare you to this hot artist right now. You shouldn't your hot artists, so now it's like, okay, try this. Man, you just like can't this and that, like, you know what I'm saying? And if they just let you be yourself, maybe they might just, be able to sell whatever you're offering instead of, So when I went independent, that's when I just like, you know what, I'm going to make music that I enjoy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that was a transition, and there was a lot of experimental like things as well. Like I worked with different producers because I was trying to find that sound. And eventually I feel like with Yola Heta, that's when I found it. Because also, that was after COVID, and then I had went like back home, so I was more in touch with, where I'm from, you know what I'm saying? So like I really made music. I wanted to make music that could relate to Lang Pumakon, you know what I'm saying? It's, imagine you go home, like, you play a song for them, but say, okay, so I had to just like find that sound and how to relay the message so that they can relate. And I feel like, it's ever since then, it's Italiano, like it's a bit of Iguaito with hip hop, and a bit of so because that's the true South African.
No, iyola yetha iyona ongasho ukuthi yaqala ukuvula icapha.
No, not like, necessarily ukuthi yaqala ukuvula icapha, but I feel like iyona engayenza yashintsha like my sound completely. Because before that, I dropped the Thuggy EP, and there, like, I was, very lyrical and very, but less vernac. So I feel like it was like me just unlocking that sound. It was okay, you know what, this is how I want to relay the message. And like now I'm doing it effortlessly. I'm not trying so hard, because it's coming naturally, like what I want to say, how I want to say it now. And then, working with other producers as well that have the same type of sound. So Yolaita was the first.
So you spoke rather about creating music that relates more to who you are and maybe also your audience, right? Yeah. So what is an interaction that you've had with maybe a fan or someone who's took the time to listen to your music, or who has said that you've inspired them somehow with something that you had said or mentioned in one of your songs? So
like a while ago, I had like a WhatsApp group, like a business WhatsApp group for like all the scheme Nelz, to call them like that. Scheme Nelz, scheme Sam, So I set up a thing, greet session, like Shandis, at Konale Shandis, Kota Banban, what was it? Kota House in UCS. So Kota House, intro B, So it had just launched. So I was like, you know what, let's go have a Makota, But I think like 17 people showed up. It was pretty chilled because I did it randomly. So that's when like because I was like, now I'm always intrigued. If I'm like, Uzwa in, because me and about like what's happening and what's what I feel like is gonna heal me at that time as well, and at the same time, Futi, if it's having fun, like I'm not too much focused to Wuti. abanye abantu bazoyithatha kanjani. As much as I know which they're gonna enjoy it, but like, what do you really hear? Like, I'm always like interested. Like, you know, how do you feel when you listen to Emagute and stuff like that? So that interaction, nigga, like, yo, a lot of dudes was just like, this one guy, he drove from Emmausburg, where's like down here, so that, you know, he could talk, and then he's like, yeah, your music changed my life. He was like, Olain, Kona, this other song that I gave out for free, and Jade was on. That's a file host. It's Bonko Lain Bazokan, Bonko Lain Bazokan. So it just talks about like Gonkik Zokan, you know. Yes. So he was like, yo, that song, it changed my life. I feel like, yo, above it's Yanko, above more suits, and it's just like, yeah, it's dope. So yeah, I always try and do that. I haven't done it in a while.
Yeah.
So I want to build up to it. I think next year I'll have another one, like probably in every city, because I feel like there's also people in Joburg. They were like, you guys are having kotas there. The kotas are here in Joburg. And they were like, hey, yeah, they're right. They make the best kotas. So yeah, I have those interactions. Also like DMs. I also reply to my fans on like DMs. I should say, they call it, hey, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. It happens, it happens.
But into engithanda ngayo futhi Nelz is olokhu izivalela ucabanga iTheku salithanda iTheku sonke, but awukho kulomqondo of like, nah, talk for 031 iTheku for life, and there's nothing wrong ngokusho lokho, but mengibuka like from a distance I can see ukuthi awunqeni iGoli, awunqeni Pretoria, like awunqeni Travelation. I think that's why you're making such nice connections through the music that's helping you grow more. What other, do you mind going to Joburg one? Like, would you be based there? Or
I ain't getting fine way. No, I was in Romania, but like guys, you know, I don't know, it's the air. I think it's the air, bro. Because I can't stay in Joburg for long. You know what I mean? Yeah, I can go there and hustle. But then I'm just like, yo, I miss this. There's a certain way to change in the atmosphere. That's true. Yeah, so I think, I can't. Come on. So I don't think I'd live there. I mean, I'd have a convenience sakes, maybe I'd have like a place there, but I don't think I would like stay there. Like, I'm based there. Yeah, and I'm also like I believe in like land, and Joseph, it is so obviously boxed and you can't really, so I don't mind going there for the hustle, because that's what it's great for. Like about the adrenaline rush, fast, but I also want to just reset also. Just go back and I don't want to be based in this pity.
But this pity is gonna, it's pity. Exactly.
So I could never be based in Joburg though. Like they show say until I die. Like in terms of like settling, I feel like KZN, bro, land la powerhouse, taba it's in my farm. I will share system because the government. I will share system because the government. They will be right in the bed. So I'm just go to Joburg to hustle and then
Let's talk about your collaborations, right? We're gonna talk about It's Absolutely love that song, right? You have Ingoma that you've mentioned throughout our conversation called Emagute. Yes. So tell us a little bit about that collaboration, how it came about, and what's the song about? What is the message that you're trying to portray?
Okay. So the song is about where I'm from, basically. Mina schemes for no killing. Now we here running the city. Basically, it's that thing. You're to see your pusher. But it's super good. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it was the same with all the dudes. Like, I knew at some point that I wanted to work with the Musicaholic. I wanted to work with the Nomoozlie. I think Nomoozlie we met at MUT. We used to have my music sessions there. And then Musicaholic we met when we were doing a song with the Professor. There's a song called It's Good, It's Nice. So I knew these guys are talented and I want to work with them at some point. And then I think it was during 2020 when I came up with the hook. No, I got the beats from Drums by Sandy. Shout out to Drums.
Hey, shout out Drums by Sandy.
He's nice. So shout out to Drums by Sandy. He sent me like a whole beat pack, and that time it was COVID time. So it was just like, I had to just unlock, And then I knew when I heard the beats, I want to talk about like, you know, my roots and stuff like that. So I recently went back to the North Coast, emceeing. where I was born. So, and then the hook just came, you know, it was just like, you know, you know what I'm saying? So I sent it to Musicaholic. I'm like, you know, I think I found the one that I want you on, because he also has that thing, Yoguti. If you listen to a lot of my tracks on Musicaholic, Kulinya Yoguti siyapusha. Sisuka kuphi, siya kuphi, you know what I'm saying? And then obviously Ngobiazo has that country, that cultured feel. He makes you feel like I'm singing, you know what I mean? So I put both of them on the track. They really like the song. I think they sent me back on my verses within like 2 days. And then we shot a visualizer corner. And I said, Dandy, actually there's a nice there's a nice lodge there. There was like, you know what, come shoot the video here. So we shot the visualizer there. And yeah, it was a very organic song. We all did it at separate studios, and then we just mixed it together. Shout out to Clarence. Like, we never had, and we never recorded a video for it. Like, we never shot a music video for it. Yeah, and I feel really bad. But see,
it's independent.
But yeah, and then it was true. It's independent things, and also COVID was so awkward, and and getting everyone together was just too much. But yeah, shout out to them, Feds, who they're really talented people. Those are my peoples, bro.
You make it sound so easy. You make it sound, it's like a beat. Utilo. Is it that easy to just come up with good music?
I think the music part, making the music part is the easiest part. Okay. The part, is the easiest part about it.
Yeah.
It does get a little bit difficult, obviously, if you're collaborating with people, because abanye abantu uthola umuntu busy, yabo. So like you're gonna have to wait now for their verse, and just like, yo, bro, ngene studio phela. Angithi uyacula wena. Manje studio. On you haven't been in the studio for 2 weeks. What do you mean? So, you know, sometimes it gets like that, but then some other people are really busy, so sometimes it takes you setting up a studio session in their city or whatever to make it happen. So that's just the frustrating part about it. But when you're there and it's go time, it comes naturally. It comes naturally.
My collaboration now, when obviously
okay.
Who's your favorite collaborator?
Yeah, you know, I got me.
Not script.
How gosh, it's different. It's different for all of them. Gosh, it's different for all of them. It's like a different energy. Go wonk, you know. I can't say there's a favorite one because now wonk wonk. You know what I'm saying?
I want to see you with Oprah. Shout out to Maraz. I'd love to hear Nelz Maraz. I think that would be beautiful.
True. I agree. Maraz with him.
It seems like money comes after. You know, you start with you seem to just create music, and then money comes after. Do you never think about maybe how much you're going to be making when you collaborate, or how much money you possibly thinking of, so to be able to fund your music career, because we always need to think about studio time, your image, so on and so forth. Why does it seem like money comes after, and then you create music before?
Yeah.
And then first, and then money comes after.
I don't know why it seems like that, because money definitely comes now, you know, like, it's all together, this thing. But I think because I don't necessarily highlight that.
Can I actually ask this question properly?
Yeah.
When does the conversation of money start?
Yeah. Okay, when you're collaborating.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, so when we're collaborating with the artist, when do we talk about money?
Yes.
Okay, like after the song. Because like it's like saying with you selling a product, but play a product, you know what I'm saying? What if we don't feel the song actually, and we're like, you know what, because that happens sometimes. It happens sometimes. It's just, you know what, you record the song, and then maybe a few songs later you're like, you know what, actually, maybe we might retake this. So, you know, it's always important for me to have the product first. It's okay. Listen to it now. How do you feel about it? No, it's banging. It's okay. I get. Then we can talk. It's okay. Royalties now. How are we gonna split this shit? Yeah. Obviously, the producers. Yeah. So I mean, I'm always very transparent about that as well.
Okay.
No, let's go in a bit deeper. Let's extract let's extract the value. No, like, because we are slightly older and we've been in this for a while, so I think we can be honest. with regards to actually monetizing skill set. So udla through brands, through royalties, through licensing, or like what is the actual real? Because you're still independent. We know what's people who are signed maybe have a salary in their showcase. How do you do it? Do you do it through the music, or do you fund it through other ventures?
All ventures. All ventures. And I think like that's a topic actually for like another day to actually just go through like and talk to the artists as well. Maybe like a different setting, but to discuss how to make money off of music. But it's in general, it's all the aspects: licensing, brands, campaigns, like these brands. Like most of it is brands, to be quite honest with you. Because if you start to pay, I think on Spotify you need to get like 100 million streams. It's like how much? It's like $10 or something.
Bruh,
so come on,
a
now.
million streams is like
you know what I'm saying? Exactly.
A million streams.
Kabang. So yes, there's so many ways to do it, and I think it's also important to you can't do it all by yourself. It's impossible. As much as independent, but you sign with distributors. You have deals with distributors. Yes, you have a publisher. You know that's someone that's going to monetize even your international shandises. Because the Samro, got that again. It's okay.
But we love Samro.
We love Samro.
Yes.
But you know what I'm saying? So like there's bigger there's international radio stations as well that play your shit. It's styling and it was monetized like so much internationally than here. So you need people like that. You need publishers, you need distributors, you need people that are gonna manage your agencies as well, that for campaigns, you know, sports scene.
You've worked with some dope brands, bro. Like the Fila.
Yeah, Fila.
Can you name the ones you've worked with?
I think sports scene, like as the umbrella, has through sports scene I've worked with Fila, I've worked with the Adidas, I've worked with the Reebok, I've worked Dickies? No, and I want to work with Dickies because right now, you know what, it's the particular way. Because I really feel like they mess with my style, but also like sometimes if you check it's Reebok, now you check. So it's hard to check. But there's so many brands that I'd like to work with as well. But also Nati, like I work a lot with EN Clothing, which is like a local brand from Pine Town. So as long as it's dope.
Talking about styling, another thing that I really, really respect about you is that you let your music do the talking. How did you not succumb to the pressure of being a female rapper, the way that the presentation of what a female rapper is, or a female in the music industry, entertainment industry, all in all?
I think it goes back to what we were talking about. It was how do you navigate the male dominated industry. So I feel like it was very important for me, Uguti, when I step in, how I want everyone else in the room to perceive me. You know what I'm saying? So I made it a point, Uguti, obviously more figure studio. Your father's day in your bobo. So like I didn't want to go to the first thing. That game. Ass, you know what I'm saying? Because so I had to like make it a point. Now when I go out, it's always about not so much what I'm wearing, but it's not so much about like showing ass, but what I give, what the content, the content of my music. So and I feel like it has worked for me because a lot of niggas that I know in the music space respect me for the music. Not to go see so I like that.
Is it harder that way?
Yeah, it is harder that way because then I think it's easy to, sex sells. I mean, you know what, sex sells. So I think it's easy, but then it comes a time when it doesn't work anymore. So I'm someone that really wants to just have a legacy, and even singing at 7 to 20 sings a shallow music also neragi but still there's like you can still like relate and feel like one timeless music, not just
bakhona mhlambe esibaziyo sobabhalele
bakhona njengoba usho nje ukuthi mengise studio siyasizana siyasizana, but it's never about ukuthi uyambhalela umuntu khona ngempela obonayo ukuthi yabo leli verse leli, like yeah, you know what I'm saying. Oh hi. But also sometimes like I want to say this but I can't say it because like obviously I'm Nelz, I'm a female band, so like but you could say it, and then if they're down for it they say it. So usumpalelile kanjalo uthi awufethe bomangase fethi uEdele Shandise ayifake nangempela, so yeah.
Have you ever had to be honest with someone ukuthi no, this maybe not this genre for you, or this is not working?
Kunzima ke lokho. Kunzima. Kunzima mfethu, kunzima. Kunzima mfethu. No, I've wanted to, but I've never. Because the thing is also anything buye ngicabanga mfethu ngahleki. Anything buye ngicabanga ukuthi omunye umuntu ngempela like usuke passionate mfethu ngaleyo nto. Yabo leyo nto. So so kuba nzima ukutshela umuntu ukuthi ngeke, and as of late ke you don't even know, you have to know how to rap, honestly. Abantu sebevele bafaka i-auto-tune umuntu athi fake thina edile wena wawuthi ku-work and then enze lokho and then I blow up and then kuzoba kanjani. So maybe umuntu akekho ntswempu kuwena but untswempu kwabanye abantu. So I've left nje that because umuntu mawumuze just turn the other way noma uyiphumela uyishayela is careful. Studio mawubona akuhambelani namadlebe akho uphumele nje ngaphandle because you can't tell.
But isn't that affecting the industry in itself? I think we've been allowing too much, especially in the music industry. So now everything is so diluted now. I mean, not too long ago I saw a tweet where a lot of people weren't acknowledging 50 years of hip hop, right? And it's because there's a certain level of respect that's been lost within that specific industry. So do you think we should no longer be honest anymore and continue this dilution of what hip hop is, you know?
But the thing is, honesty is very subjective. Or is it subjective or subjective? Yeah, subjective. It's your truth. It can't be someone else's though. Like I feel like there's been a time as well, Nami Uguti, when someone says Uguti, you know, the mumble rap or whatever, abantu bakqeke ukuthi no, if you go with Pet Center, you'll hear that a lot. So by like the new style of hip hop, or the mumble rap, like not finishing the sentences and stuff. But at the same time, do you want to be that person, or would he just because when awakula hip hop kanje, so segu wena ke owakho ke lokho? No, I have a problem with people like that that don't allow abanye abantu ukuthi bazame ezinye izinto. If zibasebenzela and there's people that like it, then it's okay. It's not necessarily diluting, but I feel like everything has its pockets where now you just choose. There's so much music. I think a day angazi drop music so just pick whatever suits you and allow nalababanye ukuthi ba explore. There's there's a market for everyone. I definitely don't want to be that person that restricts creativity or art and says ukuthi no, this is no longer this, or you know what I'm saying. Vele mhlambe mina I might have a definition of what I feel like is a hip hop song, but I'm not gonna say it's not a hip hop song. You know, it's I stay in my lane. I try my best.
I think Nelz is saying what Utebe said. Begi Damazako. You know what I mean?
You know what I've also realized,
and I'm not like a hip hop activist also. Like, you know, I love hip hop, I love it a lot, but I'm not gonna go into like, I'm not that person who's of it who's a shama debate. You
know what I've realized is that hip hop can no longer have standalone shows. There always has to be a DJ now here in between. There always needs to be some sort of, you know, different genre within that specific show. That's what I realized with Cotton Fest. That's what I've realized with a lot of hip-hop shows that are happening now. They always need to involve other genres. What do you think about that?
I think it's about or event promoters abafuna ukwenza imali. So what are we really doing it for? I think that's what the question should be. njengoba ushaya event Cotton Fest, if you're gonna say, or like if you shaya event, what's the motive behind it? Is it to break new artists? Is it to make cash, or is it just to hlanganisa ama crazy like people and just cash it out? So I feel like abanye abantu bayenza ke leyo mistake ukuthi like Back to the City.
Yes.
Back to the City is strictly hip hop.
Shout out Aussie.
Strictly hip hop, and it happens every year, and it's packed the fuck out. So it can happen. It can happen, but obviously, ngathini kufunakala imali. Abantu bafuna imali, bra. So emapiano yenza imali njengamanje. Now as an event organizer, ngithanda impela hip hop, but I need to make cash. So you're gonna dilute it, so you're gonna put like my piano artists as well. But if it's strictly for the hip hop, like, and it's breaking new artists and discovering new artists, that's why you find there's mostly artists there. It's like an event for artists. Like there's hardly fans there, but that's what the setting is about. So I think we can do it.
Yeah.
Like we have big artists. Like I mean, look, OMC did it. As much as there was like a few, there was I think DJs, but mostly performers was just hip hop, and Abantu were like literally like just we want hip hop, So it can happen. I think provided you would see now where you structure, I think the performers right.
Yeah.
But I think I could definitely, given the budget, I could definitely pull off like an all hip hop event smoothly.
And besides that, Andy, hip hop has always been here. Like when you think about it, because it's also hip hop in like it's an attitude and about clothing and style. Moving forward, what you've got a lot of music coming up, a lot of bangers. Festive. Do you want to maybe talk about what you got coming up?
Yeah. Studio, but the song that's gonna drop right now, or on the 6th of October actually.
6th October,
6th October is PT32. It's PT32 featuring Beast and Make 11. So like that's coming up. So we're gonna start rolling it out as of like tomorrow. I think tomorrow's Monday. So I'm excited about that one. Ingoma izohlanganisa inyanga eziqala hip hop hip hop so I'm excited. It's been a while. We shot the music video also not so long ago. So I'm very excited. I'm excited about that one.
Okay, you've got who are you featuring on the track?
It's Beast and Make 11. Njandini and Make 11, from 7th Street. It's gonna be crazy. Yo, if it's not like I'm gonna say
copyright here.
Suzama, but and there's so much like music that's dropping like from Amanyama artists as well. Like Kobono Beastie, they just dropped the DJ Meet as well. Faith. You heard that shit? In Faith. Yo, like I feel like hip hop right now in Durban. Khona sound ezayo ezobamnandi ezoshugumisa nje izinto amnandi. Don't know how to say it, but just keep a lookout, guys. It's gonna shoot. It's gonna be very shabil.
That's very exciting. I'm very excited for that. Do you think we need to add a bit more vernac to hip hop now?
Definitely. Because who are we making it for?
That's true.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And also now we must preserve, Kuzana. Yes, our identity, right? And if we start to I was watching a documentary, Kalawa Jasmine, how they came about, and there were more tattoo guys like we Ikwaito, hip hop, Ikwaito is like they adopted whatever was happening in the States at that time. In terms of hip hop, by adopter bona Bashai Kala, Bashai Jasmine, and like you know what I'm saying. So Ikwaito, when you talk SA hip hop, you can't leave Kwaito out of it. You can't leave Kwaito out of it. So it has to be, a little bit of a neck there. Yeah,
that's very true. That's what I've always thought, that we need more. Just for our audience to connect a bit more. To the experiences of the what an average South African.
True. Because you understand it's I'm not saying it's go wrong. You have uthini bese ingane yakhe next door izokuzwa kanjani sithi sikhuluma ngengane nje next door na
let me put it no, but like ngiyabonga usho like if it's a shine down ngendlela
kodwa uyabona kodwa even like kodwa but sengithetha nganya ngawe kodwa kusala you can hear what he's saying like it's not like Americanized that's what I'm saying
that's true
yeah as much as in the influence yase states but ivenek ilento ethi ivenek ivenek ibalekile guys ukuthi mina ke nje vele personally I just been bumping SA hip hop
that's good
lately I'm not gonna lie like imnandi guys hip hop
give me your top 5
I was about to
give
say
me your top not top 5 but like who you messing with well you're obviously messing with everybody
yeah but
who's on your playlist now
KO
showcase
KO and futhi since amaqulu abadala like yabona sometimes I could just go back man so KO Black Hinaya is there there's this guy I forget his name Promise swear Promise Tony something
Tony
Slow no Flo Jones yes Flo Jones hey yeah so nje hey bruh yeah Nadia also Nadia she dropped a banger lately and DJ Face we have all beast nabo yeah with the whole Njandini crew nje like DJ Face kumnandi yeah no
or maybe the importance of branding yourself as because I've seen have you shifted away from working with brands to empower abantu or like normally mix mix and match and I mean to like mix and match because this but dope and you don't want to necessarily limit yourself. And also, like, until we are probably working towards something that we're gonna like probably design from scratch with a brand, then I'll be exclusive to the brand. But until then, I think, until then, Jim, if it's dope, well, SKD Designs as well. They did a chop for the Zone 6 Sanders. As long as it's dope right now. Sorry, now I used to like love dealing with my brand and then comes to a point where it's like like it's doper when we go into a custom or noma umazi lo muntu othungayo imani ilethe any character that these brands can't capture.
True and mostly I mean in Durban like the brands that I like go and buy from like I know how they make the thing and like I'm involved in the process so it's really dope. So at some points I was like just empowering them, like you know,
And I think that's important. It's a deeper topic, but like keeping imali within our community. As abantu abamnyama bawukusupportana.
Yeah, true.
Ngoba like I'm sure now you see the higher you go, you see how much these people. La nabanye abantu belinye ihlobo bayaxhasana kanjani.
Yeah, true.
Things like
that. True.
Takes it further.
True. And as long as as long as into, you know what I'm saying? Because also lento show it can go twofold because if you support someone just because ukuthi uhlanga lwakho but nabo the service delivery worky, you know what I'm saying? So then like what are we doing? So as long as umuntu nje ensemble we support it. Support.
What do you think about that?
Supporting local. I always say support local and
No, because
I understand bad service, you know. I think we have experienced bad service within all types of races, right? We seem to not really understand more when it's umuntu omnyama. I think and this whole thing about this hashtag that goes, hey, don't support black business, don't support this. I don't like that. Let's encourage each other to do better. There's always like a TikTok or something. It's don't support this
because
business.
They found something bad.
Yes. And some people do take advantage of that. But let's not do that to each other. Maybe improve. Maybe don't buy from that person again. Maybe warn abantu that are closer to you. Make sure 1, 2, 3 do that before you approach a brand or
but because guidelines more approach a black business I feel like at the same time
it's still very new at business,
but it's not an excuse, especially like it's ish angazi ngashanya ayikuthi angizwelani but I think also communication mhlawumbe eshayayo as abantu as because if umuntu ukuthi ni agree on a certain like date or into ethile and then isingenzeki communicate it better mhlawumbe usho ukuthi yazi nami ngiyaqala kanje I think we'd be more open minded but umuntu uthi seyakuziba ke manje like you know what I'm saying so yeah so manje God and futhi ekade ngifunda ukusho lokho ukuthi uthola ukuthi futhi they won't do that though to laba abanye abantu abalunye uhlanga they will make sure ukuthi they prioritize them mina ngikubona ngisho nasenakumakhagadi uthi umuntu shuthi utshela ukuthi ngeke uzunginikeza imali avela ahambe kumlungu kanti bothi okay fine sure
lapho half tiger nopondo bese nguphethe
ubese nguphethe bese ngiredi ukuthi avele abone ephuma athi angishiye kanjalo umuntu okay hayi yabo so sometimes you know what I mean but some yeah oh Doug oh Doug
yeah just the issue I mean
yeah
this is the trend the owl
yeah the owl trend no ilokhuzana etheni bengithi wedding gown and so ngiyayibona the trend
we're making a joke of India that is very serious when someone starts seeing you succeed or trying to start doing better in your neighborhood they see that as they don't want you to progress within whatever you're trying to do. That's why a lot of us are moving from certain environments and going to others. And that crashes that specific environment because now there's no business people. There's no people with that are business-minded who are creative, who want to
figure my friend bafuna ukubashayo my friend bese figure my friend
but I mean we can do better. We need to understand how to do business with each other better.
I think this is actually interesting. As you as an independent, how do you go about promoting it? Because these are part of the challenges that we face. I know abanye babuyebaza abapost my link because it's like like so how do you navigate?
I think how I make it, I intentionally think I make it we promote one. Based off like I believe in the thing you would see if I heard like a good song and I know you and I'm going to tell you, bro, listen to the song. So I post obviously because I have to. I post about my shit. If I've dropped, I post about it. But also what I do is that in Asekaya, for example, my bros and I try and like interact with Abantes Kulina. But like for example, angivelanga ngakhula ngaba nemonto ngihambe ama taxi like blindly so I know like abantu abangasekhaya abalukhuza ama taxi so I give them the USBs sometimes to say I have a new song like you know what I'm saying so I do that a lot and just in a circle like within abantu ngibazi I push it like to that extent but online it's just a matter of posting about it and doing some videos and that's it basically promo here and there.
Because I was going to ask that, do you still depend on like your circle of friends or
No, I also believe like if you my G and you make like clothes you ngeke bro you're going to post about it I have this new shit if I like it I'll be like it's medium. If I don't like it, I'll be like, oh, nice, I'm fresh. It's best ngoba kuyenzeka futhi ngeke phela uthande yonke into uma ungena ka Mr Price noma ungena goop you know what I'm saying?
I really love Mr Price around here.
Yeah?
Shout out Mr Price.
No, Mr Price is like the go-to. Like yabo manje sithi ngifuna top and shop. Man. Okay. You know, I think I used to mhlawumbe ngisaqala like yabo nice ethi ngoma but manje I believe ukuthi into mayimnandi uyithanda izoba mnandi nje bese kumele ngize ngicela ukuthi uyiposte now if you feel like because nami ngiyaposta lokhuzana ama artists engawazi that I don't have no relation to so if ukuthi umjida wami and I really like it I'm going to post it sometimes I might not even post it but I really like it so khona lento ukuthi umuntu awuliposta ngicola kodwa wena uyabaposta Rihanna relax sometimes you know
I was going to ask you does your friendship depend on if they support you or not.
No, like most of my friends don't even like hip hop. Yeah.
That's good.
So it's just yeah.
Yeah.
It's different. They don't even listen. Like, do I even have friends? I'm joking. I'm joking, but they don't even like hip hop. Like, I'm thinking about it, cool. So yeah.
Okay,
so,
that's good.
Yeah.
So Nelz, the fans who like I think we've touched base on all the important topics.
Yeah.
Is there anything
Yeah.
on your mind in this inclusion that you want to get out?
Yo, it's Piti Pit. It's yeah, Centlis NG.
What time is it?
Hey, Centlis NG. But
Those
yo, we
ways
shot
are
the
sick,
video
man.
at Cool Runnings. At
Oh,
Cool. Yeah, we
shit.
shot.
You just
Yeah, we
shot
shot
it.
a
Who
video
shot
at
it?
Cool Runnings. Isaac
Isaac
Kalinda.
Kalinda.
Hey, wait, yo, it was so nice. Yo, bro, like, I'm so excited to go see, like, the first draft. It's dope. It's dope. It's got that Caribbean feel, like, Cool Runnings, it's in
Yeah.
Like, and then the other scene was Ematende in Nanda. So, hey, yo, kuzoba mnandi wafethu, yo. Kuzoba mnandi kakhulu.
It's a beautiful summer jam.
It's a beautiful summer jam. Yeah, it's a
Summertime
beautiful summer jam. Please play it again after this.
It's
Or at the time, like that. 6 October. 6 October.
It's funny,
Any?
like little clip.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
Asenze njalo.
Yeah.
Bro, Sibongile ukuthi wazela ukufika ungagcini namhlanje.
Yeah.
We always around. We always want to have convos.
Yeah.
We're big supporters of what you're doing.
Yeah. I appreciate you
we
guys.
We love how you're moving, navigating, and more importantly, how you being you as a creative. Like your light is shining through you, inspiring nabanye.
Yes.
So qhubeke nje ngendlela owenza ngayo, and I think you can just drop your handles and where people can find you.
Thank you guys so much for having me also, like, and nani niqhubeke bafethu nani ndiniyenzayo, like, creating a safe space to talk about issues as well, like, like we were saying, Guti, there's a topic for another day. I feel like a lot of people can also be educated at the same time, as much as it's so kuluma, but also like people must just learn something from everything. So yeah, guys, in Quebec and I appreciate it. Thank you for having me. And my handles are at NelzAfrica everywhere.
NelzAfrica.
Hey, Shama Chamu, at NelzAfrica.